Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie and welcome to Summerween Day 3. I actually did this intro already because I was going to read another book, but I got something in the mail and my impulsive decisions have taken over. I'm going to be reading Pink Slime. This is by Fernanda Trias and it's translated by Heather Cleary. I actually don't know how it's going to fit into the Summerween prompts, but if this turns into a horror, which is kind of likely, or if it takes place in the summertime, we can count it. And if not, oh well. Also, can I just tell you, I opened this book up. It smells so good. It smells like summer. I think that should count. It smells like an Arnold Palmer drink. Oh, it smells so good. Welcome to the family. So in this story, a contagion has spread. It's like spread through the air and the wind, so all the crops and animals or people who are outside are infected. Our main character is a nanny and she is now quarantining with her sick mother, her ex-husband, ooh, the drama, and a little boy that she was taking care of whose parents don't really want to go get him. She's actually not named in the synopsis, so I'm interested if she's gonna get named ever. That'll be fun. But the reason this is called Pink Slime is because there's this thing that people eat now that a company created called Pink Slime. And it's safe to eat, it's very affordable for people, but no one knows what's in it. And I really wanna know. Maybe we'll never find out, or maybe we'll find out it's like chopped up pieces of human. So yeah, I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna eat my Pop-Tart. It's only 222 pages, so I should be able to get it done soon. However, I slept in really late this morning, which yes, I kind of needed to do, but also it's 1:30. So I really need to get the ball rolling. Also, yesterday I realized that I apologized for the video for being boring, but like, why did I do that? Because all of my videos are boring. I don't do anything but read, and like, it's in the title of my channel. All I do is read. Tomorrow though, we will be going to the beach, so we will be getting out of this house. I know you're feeling really antsy, I'm sorry. If you were curious, I did save my book from the mailbox yesterday. When Grant got home, he freed it. Also, if you hear a really low rumbling voice, that's him playing video games. For some reason, when he's playing video games, his voice gets like extra deep and I'm like, oh, who is that? The book in question was The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. I am so excited to read this. Like, it was already on my radar, but now people have been saying it's amazing. And I don't know why I'm surprised, because as soon as I saw that pink drip, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be great. I will definitely have to wake up early one of these mornings to read it though, because it's like 500 pages. Not today. All right, time to read, time to Pop-Tart, let's go.
Burgundies on the oaks, greasy every Sunday morning, maplewood in the smoke, like a spirit, we feel it, it's taking us under. Any fire will stoke, find the answers that hide their meaning, windy woods like the roads, if we dream it, believe it, we'll fall into wonder. Walk with me, talk with me for a little bit, let's get into it. Walk with me, high times, low key, a minute down. Lay back, afternoon chills, Eastside dads getting lost in stories.
I've never taken this camera outside, so I don't know if it's like you can hear me or not, but I just got a quarter of the way through Pink Slime. Also, I'm scared someone's gonna walk up, so maybe I should just update you later. We're kind of just dropped in the middle of this story, so like this epidemic has been happening maybe for like a year. So it's not quite a quarantining story because our main character is like visiting her mother. She's also visiting her ex-husband who seems to be dying of this sickness. And then the little boy that she takes care of, I guess like one weekend a month, he goes back to his parents and they spoil the fuck out of him, and then they just force him to go back to her, which is weird because she lives on the coast and it's really dangerous there because the contagion isn't technically in the wind, it's like in the algae, but it's spread through the wind. The richer people end up going inland, and even though our main character is rich enough after taking care of this boy for so long, she continues to stay on the coast, and I think it's because she is so attached to her ex-husband and her mother. I love this writing. I keep underlining shit. I can't stop. It's just exactly my type of writing. It's very sort of melancholy and thoughtful. There's lots of similes, but damn, like the relationship between this lady and the ex-husband, it seems so toxic and like gaslighty, intriguing. She was connected to Max by an elastic band that shot you toward him with the same force you exerted trying to get away. I just love approaching a story in the middle of things without too much introduction, because I hate it when I read something where there's been an event that I feel when they start at the beginning, authors are like scrambling over themselves to fast forward to where the point they really want to be be at. Whereas when a story starts right in the middle, it's like you can go in flashbacks or in monologues to when it began, just in little snippets, so you get little hints. It's just much tastier in my opinion. This character also has a very toxic relationship with their mother, but because of everything that's been going on, they sort of agree to be in each other's lives even though they kind of still hate each other. This event has allowed them to be like, you know what, we don't like each other, but we still want each other in our lives. It's kind of interesting. We have been introduced to this pink slime, but more so, I think this is just going to be a great book of all this shit happening, but the focus is on the relationship of this main character. We don't know her name yet. I really don't think we're going to get it at all, and I love that. So I'm kind of feeling like 4 or 5 stars possibly. We're looking good.
It is a struggle to be awake right now, I gotta say. I'm so full. But I am like 70% of the way through Pink Slime. And it's so weird because they're not really talking about Pink Slime. So I don't know that we're going to focus on it all too much. It's really just about this main character being deeply depressed and kind of going in and out of memories, which, yes, I do really like. I really don't understand sometimes what she's saying because she'll mention things that like we weren't there for. What else have I written in my notes? Let's see. I feel like I haven't talked too much today. Oh, the narrator also switches from past tense, which is the majority of the text, to future tense, which is interesting. It's like, when Marrow, the little boy, comes, he will blank, 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 and I will blank, 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 blank. And at first I thought it kept doing this because her life is so routine at this point, but it would happen even when something specific and like out of the ordinary happened. It's very strange, and I wonder why they're doing it, but it is fun because I'm a nerd. Also, it seems like we do get snippets of way in the future, the character looking back on her life. Like, I had no idea at that point, but I would never see her again. That kind of thing, out of nowhere. There's also some sort of conversation happening in between every chapter. It looks like a poem or something, and I don't know the significance of it. I can't tell who it is or like if it's important. Sometimes I find it interesting, but more often than not, I'm like, okay. And then the last note I said was that I wish we had a yard so that I could camp outside and read this tonight. I think the last few chapters I will read in the dark because I still need to do that for my bingo board. The kid that she's taking care of, I can't tell how old he is. I feel like I'm picturing him very, very young, but he has an interesting disease. Also, this book is the Tea Time Pictures book of the month, which is like Dakota Johnson's book club. And the only reason I care about her book club is because the first book that she ever picked, which was in March, was Beautyland, which is my favorite book of the year. Anyway, they have a broadcast channel on Instagram, and each of the authors that they have picked each month share more about the book. So this author so far has told us that she started writing this book in 2018, which is interesting because when I put this on like new book release video, I was thinking that it was for sure a COVID book, but then this author also says that she knew she was going to write about a woman and a child who wasn't her biological son, and that the child would have Prader-Willi syndrome, a rare genetic condition characterized by constant hunger, and this kid will literally eat like aluminum foil. He'll start eating the walls. He's just constantly so hungry and always eating, and it sounds so sad, especially because he's a child, so he doesn't like understand. I've never actually heard of this. In the book they say that, I think it's chromosomal. Is that a word? I don't know. Anyway, I'm really liking it. I feel like things are actually happening now though, and I sort of just like our character thinking and not doing. So we'll see how this goes. We still don't have a name for our narrator though. I think that's all the updates I have. Okay, I'm gonna finish this book. Okay, JK, I've been seeing so many people uploading some of their summerween vlogs today, and I'm so wanting to watch them, but like I need to read. So I'm hoping tomorrow I have enough time to start watching them, but then there'll be more. I feel bad watching everyone's summerween vlogs like after summerween has ended. That feels like a crime. Okay, I remembered something else. There's a character that I haven't mentioned yet, but she's very important. Her name is Delpha, and she was like her nanny. So we're seeing the parallels here between our main character taking care of this boy and our main character being taken care of by someone who's not her mother. And I think that's a really big, like, a huge part of this story. And it makes me so sad, but like happy sad. Oh, that's like the worst kind of sad. All right, y'all, another book down, and I did read in the dark, and I think it helped make one scene more emotional because I did tear up a little bit. But that being said, I really wanted more from this in an emotional way. Like our character, there's this horrible serious thing happening, and she has all these relationships with people that are kind of tenuous, but she's very removed, and I can't tell if that's purposeful or not, but I think I need her to I don't know. Like, we got her memories, we got what she was doing in the present moment, but I feel like I couldn't tell how she was feeling or what she was thinking, even though the whole book was like her thoughts. But I did definitely love the writing. It kind of reminded me the same style that Women Eating has, but I feel like this made me so much more attached to the main character. But I feel like I'm not gonna forget this for a while because the atmosphere was also really well done. Like, I felt I was in some post-apocalyptic town with ashes falling, dirt and grime everywhere. I think the author did a really great job with that. I think the coolest thing about this were the themes about memory and how memory kind of weaves in and out of things. I don't know. I did find myself underlining things a lot less in the second half, so I'm curious about how this was written, or like if it was written in chunks, because that first chunk I just adored. Again, I apologize for another boring day. I can't not apologize, but daily vlogs, what are you gonna do? It has been interesting though the last 3 days. I feel so picky because I've had a certain level of expectation for each of the books that I've read, and like they're not being met. That makes me think that I'm putting too much expectation in things and that like I'm not gonna find anything I want. But then I'll probably end up reading like a 5-star and be like, no, Allie, you just have specific tastes. So I'm sorry that I'm being picky. I think I will give Pink Slime 4 stars, and I'm glad that I was underlining things because, like I said, in that first chunk, there are things in here that absolutely skewered me, and it was just off the cuff. I think it's so funny that the synopsis really focuses on this pink slime, saying that like no one knows what's in it. Let me actually read the flap again because maybe I'm making that up. Okay, that's very interesting. There's nothing on here about pink slime. Was it the Goodreads description that said it? Inland, a secret corporation churns out the only food anyone can afford, a revolting pink paste made of unknown substance. So if you're expecting that, and I'm sorry if I made it sound like that when I was talking about my new releases, but it really has nothing to do with like a secret corporation or some mystery food. It's really just about this woman and her depression. I think that's maybe why we're not getting too much emotion from her, because she is like in the abyss of depression, I'm so sure. If the lighting looks different, it's because I had a thought, and I have to tell you. There was a random sentence in here that I think surmises why this is called pink slime, and I'd like to tell you about it because it's before the halfway mark. It says, that's what we are when we're born. Meat paste gasping for air, little balls of pink slime that once were pushed out, ew, have no choice but to agglutinate to that other body, the mother's, biting down hard on the teat of life. I just wrote next to it because that's pretty intense. So I think this is just like humans. That's what the actual title is. Humans and their attachments to other people. That's all I have to say. Tomorrow, I know we're going to the beach, so I kind of want to read a romance, either this one or this one, but there's also romance in here, which I know this is going to put me in a very good mood, and it's got an actual plot. And I think over the last 2 days where I've been reading kind of denser things, I need some action. Anyway, I'm gonna start editing this. Let me know what you're reading and how summerween is going for you. I'm so sorry for those of you that have to work tomorrow. I'm grinning because I don't have to work tomorrow. Sorry to brag. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.